Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Got a new one for you today, part of a whole new series from Head. This is the Core 112 Ti. This takes the place of the Core 111, but since they are built so incredibly differently, it's kind of hard to say that this is the ski that replaces that because they are as vastly different as two skis can be. And, for me, I think that's a little bit sad because I thought that Core 111 was just a really dynamic, fun, wide-bodied ski that could turn a lot better than the width indicated and was also a really capable floater, really fun, lightweight, free-ride ski. We make a move to the more mainstream here, moving away from carbon-powered and into metal-powered. So we've never really said Core Ti before 2026, but they're all featuring the same construction and style, just with different shapes and different characters like we saw from the independent widths of the Core series skis from before. So while I think that there's a certain kind of branch of skiers that are going to be sad to see that carbon-powered Core go away, I think that more skiers are going to be more in tune with these Ti versions, and for a company that frankly needs to sell skis to stay in business, I think that that's going to be a positive for Head moving forward, even though there might be a select few, myself included, that do miss that energy of that carbon, especially in that 111, which was a pretty special and unique and rare ski, but since it's rare, it's just not going to sell a ton. So this move to metal is going to move more product. They are built with a blend of Caruba and beech in the wood core, so a nice mix of Caruba, that lighter weight Caruba, and then denser beech. We do get 2 sheets of metal. Graphene, that's one of the materials that does carry forward into 2026, providing a stiffer flex with a lighter weight, and then a top sheet, which is a blend with some flax material in there. That's adding another layer of damping to the mix. So they've really gone full on the other way, going from lighter and, some people found jittery carbon to more stable, predictable, and dense beech wood, 2 sheets of metal, flax. Those things are really bringing this ski into a different level of performance and overall snow feel. Fortunately, we got out on these on some pretty nice days here at Stowe this past year. Definitely Core 112 days, nice and deep, fresh snow, mixing woods and crud on trail, and they held up really well. Really fun floaters, incredibly predictable, super smooth, and just no surprises. That's kind of one of the things that I think they're going for, is just a really consistent and predictable feel with the Core 112. Adding these materials most certainly adds weight, and it's really interesting putting the new Core skis on the scale. This is the 184. We're at 2,167 grams. So well over that 2,000 gram threshold, which I don't think we've ever said about a Core ski before. So really interesting stuff for 2026. As the skis get wider, we see an increase in rocker, taper, and turn radius. So this one has a 21 meter turn radius in the 184, and we do see more drama in the rocker profile and less camber underfoot than in the narrower skis. So we do see that kind of move towards more dramatic free ride shape and style. Much spoonier taper in the shovel. That widest part is brought well down into the ski. Really spatula style shovel here, super floaty, and we found it really easy to maneuver. Even though that side cut is relatively straight, that 21 meter side cut radius, it doesn't start until here. So you get, nice mobility in the front, and then you're able to kind of surf and smear in the middle of the ski. It was a very interesting ski experience. It does feel like, there's the weight there. It's 2,100 grams, but the way that they shape it makes it feel like it's not nearly that weight. And then we see that taper in the tail as well. I mean, it's very straight, and that allows for that more surfy, rudder-like behavior. And then more dramatic tail rocker than we see in any other of the cores that are narrower than this, and that's just going to give you better flotation overall. And we felt it, especially given the slightly, it still has a pretty stiff flex. I mean, it's just very, very responsive and even. And, one of the more interesting 112s out there. Now we're competing against skis, that are of like a Blizzard Rustler 11 or, Rossignol Sender Free 110, something like that, as opposed to something much lighter, Vocal Blaze 114 or something like that. These are now competing against a different level of skis and attracting a different type of skier. So more aggressive, I would say, and especially if you add that kind of floaty mentality, the Core 111 wouldn't flex like that into softer snow. It would want to cut right through it. So a different feel overall for sure. We do have some additional tester feedback here to share. Tester Ryan Nagel notes, it is heavy at first, but once you warm into it, the ski becomes playful. It handled everything well and does not bounce around. Yeah, our ski test days were more, spring, corn, snow. And I think that skis like this actually work really well. If you're not going to have powder, you might as well have deep spring snow. So we actually got some fun feedback as to that. But we got to ski them in deeper, wintry snow, and found the same thing to be true, that it doesn't bounce around. It's very damp, and it does go with you. It goes where it's pointed, and it does what you want it to do. So it's a very satisfying ski experience overall, especially in softer snow. I do think the width brings it more into the advanced and expert category, in that you have to kind of know what you want. I don't think an intermediate who's looking for their first powder ski would be as comfortable on this as they would, one of those lighter skis that I mentioned earlier. But if you want that metallic feel and you want that 112 width, then this is where you're going to have to be. Not a lot of skis out there with 2 sheets of metal at this width, and this is a good one. So make sure you check out this all-new Headcore 112 Ti here at SkiEssentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.